Hey guys, Sean Bougie, surplusfundsriches.net. Be sure to check that out, guys. There'll be a link at the end of this video where it says click here in a circle. Be sure to check that out. We have sales only once a month. We only offer our programs once per month because we offer partnership options with surplus funds. So you definitely want to check that out. You can also find free live question and answer interactive webinars open to the public there under the webinars tab. You can go to the products page on that and go to our sales page, or you can go to the webinars tab and check out coming webinars where you can come in and ask any and all questions, guys. The beauty with that is someone's always going to ask a question that you didn't think of. Community is important in any new business. All right, so let's talk about some of the lies you guys are being told online about surplus funds. So the first one is some of the people out there saying, hey, go after tax sale overages or surplus funds instead of mortgage, because in a tax sale, all the other debt is kicked out by the sale. There's a little bit of truth in that, right? A little bit of truth. The truth is all the debt, any other debt, mortgages, code enforcement liens, IRS tax liens, all that is kicked out against the property. Okay? It is not, however, kicked out or does not lose its claim to the surplus funds, its portion of the surplus funds. So obviously you always have to check debt. And folks, if somebody got in trouble and went into foreclosure, typically that isn't their only financial crisis. Okay? So you definitely have to check that out. Another thing that we hear from people is, well, you don't need an attorney. Well, it's true. There are some states where you can function as a finder and not use an attorney, use claim forms, powers of attorney. Those states are shrinking, the number of states that take that. We always use attorneys, have always used attorneys, and we use a structured buyout where we actually give the claimant 10% of the gross amount being held as good faith after they sign their documents. Now, usually that's within 10 business days after they sign the documents. And during that period, we're going to have our attorney, again, another reason to use an attorney, double check the title work, make sure there wasn't additional debt that we couldn't see online. For instance, IRS tax liens, any kind of a personal judgment. Most states do not make that information available online. And third-party vendors that can look that up for you are typically not accurate. Another thing you're going to hear a lie is, oh, these VAs are great at getting the list or generating their own lists, and they can also work them for you. Well, first of all, there's no accountability with VAs. We teach people how they can use VAs in one of our programs, but most of them we don't. And the reason is, guys, there's no accountability with VAs. You don't know if they're actually calling the people, what they're saying to them. It's an arm's length transaction, and this is a business where you really need to know what's being said. As far as the lists out there, we've seen quite a few lists that are completely fake, or they were using sources online that are not accurate. One of the big giveaways is sometimes you'll see where they tried to figure out an estimate of surplus based on opening bid and final sales price, and the opening bid was a number like $100,000. Okay. Plus, they didn't check debt. Okay. I know there are a few programs out there. There's a couple of them, well, at least one I know of, where it says that they'll give you the list, plus it's been pre-vetted, pre-checked out. And all you got to do is call the people and set it up, and then they'll take it from there. Great concept. Only problem is, I don't think that their list creation is accurate at all. I also think they're using third-party vendors such as auction.com to come up with what the additional debt is. And guys, that's not accurate enough to make a real assessment of whether or not you can go after the surplus funds, how much is there. Let me tell you something. If you start telling people that they're owed a certain amount of money and then you don't, you come back later and go, oopsie, I didn't check this, you're going to hear about it. Your ratings are going to suffer. If you have a BBB accreditation, you're going to get hammered on that. You need to know what you're doing before you talk to these people, because I'll tell you something, the general public, they're all about revenge when they feel they've been wrong, and they will come after you online. It is that simple. Lastly, what I want to talk about, guys, and this comes up more frequently than I'd like, is some folks think, besides thinking that the list is completely updated and everything's fine, and there's no additional debt there, or else it would have been noted somewhere, that's baloney, There's no additional debt there. Besides making all these assumptions, they think that they can find people easily and accurately using free online services. Guys, if you're trying to find these people, you have got to pay for a good subscription-based skip tracing system, a good people finder system. You have to. There's no way around it. And you may also be contacting not only the individual, but their possible relatives and associates in order to get a hold of them. Of course, if you use our National Surplus Funds program, we do that for you. Your job is to get a list, teach you how to do that. Research the debt using the online registered deeds departments. Research that debt, turn it into us with on our worksheet, and we take it from there. We find and call and put the deal together and pay you a commission when we successfully retrieve the funds. Next sale, April 5th and 6th, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern on the 5th. Don't miss it, or else you'll have to wait till May. Regardless of your decision, guys, really appreciate everybody out there that takes a look at the content. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.